Hello, this is my custom feature milestone demonstration. For this assignment, I wanted to do 2D skeletal animation, as you can see here. And the reason why I was interested in this is because I feel like obviously aesthetics are a huge part of games. They really add a lot of character and they help games stand out in a crowded market, so I feel like animation is really impactful. And also, I think that skeletal animation in particular is a lot less labor intensive than frame by frame 2D hand drawn animation or like any kind of 3D art or animation, so it's a lot more accessible for a wide variety of users. And I also just thought that this would be a really interesting problem to explore. So, yeah, here's where we are right now. This is playing in my engine, and this is a really simple test animation that I created in Spriter, which is a separate piece of software for animating, and then I've just imported that into my engine and it plays, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so for this project I researched a few different skeletal animation systems that are like possible to integrate. So I looked at Spine, Dragon Bones, and Spriter, and I ended up deciding on Spriter for a few different reasons. Number one, it's free, unlike Spine, which apparently costs like $70 for license, which is crazy. And then also, I was not able to download Dragon Bones, the editor, so that was not usable for me. But Spriter, I was able to download, and someone actually made Spriter++, which is a C++ library for integrating Spriter animations. So that's pretty cool. And this is what I used in my engine. So how this works is the animation is exported as a SCON file, and then that goes in this animations folder. Here's what the file looks like. It's JSON, just a lot of it. And then I have two animations in this file, so there's an idle animation and a walk animation. So you can see here's the first one. I think this is idle. Here are all the bones that are defined, and the sprites also. Here's the name, and then here's the timeline. So this is all the keyframes. And then oh, here's the walk animation. Hold on, I lost it. Okay. And then all the way down here is the files. Yeah, so here are the like sprite image files. And then as well, or in addition to the SCON file, I also put all of the sprites into images. So that's all the body parts. And then I added a custom component for animation. So here's what that looks like. And then I passed the SCON file in. And yeah, it's also exposed to Lua. So here's what that looks like. And then in terms of what the user can do through Lua, they can call play on specific animations. So here I'm calling the idle animation, but I can change this to walk and it'll play a different animation, although this one's also a little wonky. But yeah. And then what this library does, Spriter++, is it does a lot of the parsing of the file types here. So yeah, but the reason I decided to support SCON files, so there are like two main file types that you can export to from Spriter. And I figured that since we were already parsing JSON and we were already using rapid JSON, I might as well just use the one that is JSON. So yeah, what I had to do is basically manipulate a lot of this data so that it can go into the library so that they can parse the data, so that I don't have to write all of that myself. But other than that, yeah, I already go over this. Whatever. Here are the lifecycle functions. This is ready. This is where it parses this file, and then it loads in all the textures. And then on update, it forwards the animation so that, actually animates it. And then here's play and stop, so different animations can be played or stopped. And then, yeah, the animations are added to a separate render pipeline. So right now they're rendered on top of everything else, which is definitely weird and something that I want to change. But yeah, that's about what I did this week. And then for next week, I definitely want to fix the issues here. As you can see, this is, not supposed to be a floating head, so there are some issues with the positioning, and I think the timing is also not like accurate to real time. And then there's also this frame glitch when the animation loops. I can't show the original animation on this computer because Spriter only runs on Windows machines, but I will cut in a clip of that right now. Okay, apart from the bugs, I also want to just integrate the animation component more with my actual engine. I think right now it feels a little bit separate because of this separate render pipeline, or render queue, for example. Also, I think it would be helpful to be able to transform the animation so you can move it and scale it and stuff, because you can't really do that right now, at least not from Lua, or not from Lua. And yeah, I also want to add more functionality to the animation component. So I think it would be good to be able to pause and reset the animation, or play until end of loop and then stop, whatever you call that. And also the playback speed. I think it would be good to be able to manipulate that. And if I have time, I definitely want to add an excuse me, an animator with states, so that it is really easy to switch between animations and blend together and transition from them and stuff like that. Yeah, so those were just some of the ideas that I had. If you have any feedback or ideas of your own, I would love to hear it. And yeah, thanks for watching.